We want all of you to get outside as soon as possible tonight. So thanks for joining us. And we're so glad that you're on here. I know there's been so many calls, but I hope some of you are taking advantage of our Gem for S. Raise your hand if you are in that group of calls. Raise your hand on Monday night. All right.
There you go.
And then who are on the calls for the success strategies? Raise your hands. I know Diane is. So I just want to encourage you tomorrow night at 7:30 to join us, because we are going to have a Get the More You're Looking For. And that will let you know about some of the programs that we're going to have for you and for all of you in the month of June. Man, I can't even say that. June. I can't believe I've missed this whole year. I don't know where it's gone. So this is so weird. So please be on that call tomorrow. And then next Monday, we have our last of our calls. But if you haven't been on any of the success strategies, you can jump on, and that's at 7. If you're in the Gem for S, you don't have to do that. But I really want everybody in our entire organization to be part of that. And Michelle is a guru, and she's been around forever, but she's been on those calls. And Michelle, can you share what you shared with me about you learning stuff?
Yeah, definitely. I'm on every call Monday night. So I'm on phone for almost 2.5 hours every Monday night, which you guys don't have to, just one. And I have learned something from every single call. One big one was something about during virtual parties and communicating with people. We put out posts for a reason, for people to reply, but then do you reply to their reply? Duh. And I know I, for one, have kind of gotten away from doing that. So anyway, yeah, I learned something from these calls, even though I'm an old lady. I'm a grandma, so.
You are a grandma. Congratulations. So I just want you to know that even if you've been around forever, it still is a wonderful opportunity for you. And we've worked really hard to get these out to you, working with some other directors from other teams, and I'm really proud of them. So I am going to start out because I know some have kids around them, but I wanted to start out with talking about shipping, because I know it's at the top of everybody's list right now. And it's on the agenda to talk about on our Monday night call, but I really felt like I needed to take this opportunity right now and to talk about it. Now, I just got a message, and so, and it says, directors are gonna learn more tomorrow, but it sounds like we should not use any of the words COVID, pandemic, virus in our posts. So we'll find out more about that. So tomorrow afternoon, and we'll share with you. But I just wanted to let you know that that might be something coming out tomorrow, and we'll find out more. But so I'll even have to revise what I'm going to share with you tonight. So everybody has been doing an amazing job. Amazing. I mean, like, it's crazy. When I checked this morning, we were at 187, and it's the 187,000 in sales for our organization, which is amazing. Awesome. Give me another word. It's terrific. So, but I just want you to know that you are all doing such a great job with your business. And I told Michelle, it's like the perfect storm. So this is an amazing time for us. People are making more money than probably they've ever made before, and booking more shows. and business is booming. But there are a couple things that are happening, and one of them is the coronavirus. So what that does is they are requiring people to be separated in the warehouse, and they can't have as many people there at the same time, and they've had to cut some of the shifts so they can clean in between and keep it, everybody safe. And I'm so thankful that we're allowed to have people at the warehouse, and that we can still continue to do our job. But we also have record sales, and we also have record recruiting going on right now. And the number I heard last month was like 146% over last April, which is massive, massive. And you guys are all part of this. So with all those things happening, our shipping is taking longer. And of course, we always want our workers to be safe, always. Just like they don't want us doing cooking shows, they want us to be safe too. So things are taking longer. And right now it is about 21 days for when they receive the products that they're shipping them out. So, think about, we have those last people on our shows who are ordering, but think about those who are ordering at the beginning of the show or even prior to the show. They're waiting even a little bit longer. And I don't know if some of you have heard from some of your customers or hosts, and they're just not used to it. We are known for shipping stuff out. Like, I remember when I started, it was about, we would always say 2 weeks. Now, it was the olden days, and they had to take it in carriages and deliver. No, I'm not kidding. I'm just kidding. But things did take a little bit longer. And it was about 2 weeks. And then they started getting faster and faster and faster. And look at this. I mean, we used to mail orders in. So we've just, they've come so far that everybody's in shock right now, because that's what we expect. So right now, we all as consultants just really have to stay calm. And I'm going to ask you to do that, because you are going to be, driving the pace. And I need to drive the pace. The leaders in our team need to drive the pace. And then you all need to drive the pace of positivity as we move forward. So I worked together with some other directors for some things of what we could do and say and help. Because don't you agree that when you know what's happening is so much better than when you don't know and you're wondering, and then you get angry. So I've told a couple of people, I ordered this shelf. I was so excited. I used my Excellence Award money from last year, and I got this beautiful shelf. I was so excited. And it said it was going to ship in 2 weeks. So I had it marked on my calendar. Dave was going to put it together. I'm so thrilled. Put all my precious moments in there because we redid the room. So all that built excitement. Think about your hosts and your guests. They're all excited. They've seen these products they want. They are going to be cooking all these things. It didn't come. And no one said anything. And nothing happened. And another week went by. And my anger started to elevate. It's like, where is it? Disappointment. And it kept rising, and no one contacted me. So I finally reached out, and they said, it's on back order. And so I said, is it on back order, or is it not going to be shipped at all? And they wrote me back and they said, it's not being shipped at all. So imagine I'm waiting all these weeks and nothing is happening. And then for me to have to reach out and get this news, it was deflating. and I just tell you the story because that's how our customers feel when they don't know. So I'm going to encourage you to put a post into your shows, and you can still use the words I'm going to share with you. I'll take out COVID, but I'll get that just a little bit better. But and then I am going to show you a couple things. Now you all know I do my best on when I go onto technology, but I want to show you a couple ways that you can reach out in a very, very simple way. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. And like I said, this is all stuff that we're going to talk about on Monday night, but I needed to talk to you about this tonight. So there's your seeing what we're all going to talk about. Okay, so we really like to use connections with customers. And connections are letting them know. You all see it says, I care, thank you. Yes? Okay. So connections are, you're doing your show, but then somebody orders something and you can send a thank you. And you can post a thank you, but you can send thank yous. But you can also, it's good practice to be letting people know right now what is going on. So when the show or their orders are submitted, I'm going to encourage you to do exactly what I'm going to show you right now. Okay? So when you go into your shows, your parties, and if anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, stop me and I'll chat. But if
When you
you
say your shows, do you mean in Consultants Corner or in Facebook or whatever platform we're
in
using?
Consultants Corner, we're all in Consultants Corner right now. Okay, so you're at your party and it has, here's the name of your show, the date, and then it says overview, host, coaching, guests, and cart. Okay, so usually you click on cart and then you can see all the guests in your show and add the orders. Well, there right next to it is something that says guests. Okay, when you click on that, you're going to see all of your guests that have ordered right here. They're going to be a whole list. What I want you to do is with one click, click right at the top and everybody will be clicked. Okay, so let's get clicky. Got it? Okay, then we're going to send an email and then you're going to click. What you're going to see is this box, okay? And it's going to say sending to however many people have ordered on your show, on your party. I want you to click on CC host because I feel personally that it's so important that your host knows that you are reaching out to the guests because they're probably reaching out to her or him. And then we want them to see everything that you're sending out. And then also to yourself so you can see what you have sent out. So you click on those two and then you want to click on thank you. Don't click on the first one, click on thank you, okay? The thank you one is going to say thank you across the top, but you can go ahead and you can put a message in there. Okay, so what we came up with, and like I said, we need to change one word in here, but thank you so much for your order and for supporting whoever's party. For over 40 years, Pampered Chef has helped families cook and eat together in a way that is simple and fun. Our mission is more relevant now than it has ever been. As our home office reacts to the impact of, I can't say the word, they are focused on supporting the health and well-being of their employees and consultants while we care for our customers. Like many companies, Pampered Chef is being impacted by the global manufacturing delays resulting in back orders and longer than usual shipping times. Currently, orders are being shipped out 21 days after they are received. They have added an extra shift in the distribution center to help get orders shipped as soon as possible and while keeping the safety of their workers a top priority. Thank you so much for your patience while we all work through this. So that, do you like the wording? Please say yes, because we spent. Okay, so that's that. And then if you know, when somebody throws a little gift in, it just makes you feel better. Anybody ever feel that way? Like, okay, so the other thing I want to share with you is that you can attach a recipe onto that message. Now you can't type a recipe on there because you only have a certain amount of words. So the big thing is to get them a URL. So everybody can then go to their own personal website. Okay, all of you have your website, and here it would say Claire Dolger. You know, you all have whatever it is. And here is this I care gesture. So when you go in there, there's going to be recipes, be a consultant. I can't read the others, host a show, but the last one says blog. And you're going to click on blog. And when you click on that, you're going to see a bunch of recipes. And so and different blog things. So what I suggest is that in the search bar, you put in one pot. Okay? One pot. And when you do that, a bunch of one pot meals are going to come up. And this one I think is great, but you can put in whichever recipe that you want. And so if I clicked on 11 easy one pot meals on a budget, then I would get this URL and it would end with your website. See, the cool thing is this takes them to your website and then they're going to see tons and tons of recipes. So then you can take that and you can put that into the end of your thing that you're writing to all of your guests and say, here's a recipe, happy cooking, and then put that link in there, that URL. The URL is right here, okay? And that goes to your website, not the company one, but to your website. If you want to, you can go to Bitly or any of those and shorten it, but I'm not even going to go there. I just want you to do this. And that is go ahead and get the URL, put it in there, and then you can just hit send, which is right here. And then you'll be able to see a copy of this. So that is another way that I really highly suggest that you, when your party submits, that you send this out. Or some of you are on something called direct ship, then you would go ahead and do this as they are ordered. So what it looks like to the guest is something like this, which I think is pretty cool. So it looks nice, it looks professional, and you make sure you write the host's name in there and not just write host, okay? So that's what I suggest. The other is that you can now go and you can track shipments. So on the left side of the website, the Pampered Chef website, there's reports and tracking. You can click on that and then you can hit track shipments and you can see where things are. I just use my snipping tool and I will go ahead and I will just copy, snip that and copy and paste that to my host. And you know what they say? They say, thank you so much. That's the reaction that I get because they want to be in the know. And then when you see that some things are shipping, you can go ahead and you can message to those individual customers. But I did hear today that some people are getting their products before they are getting the notice. You know what? I guess that's called under promise, over deliver. So, how awesome is that? But I just want you to know that those things are there and you can snip them, you can send them, just keep in contact. And knowing, all of our products come from around the world, and some of those places are closed. So you may have noticed a couple more things that are on back order, and that's just all because of what is happening in our world right now. So it won't be forever, and we just ask that you be super patient and that you have a positive attitude and express that. And, just I think when you always say that they're keeping the health and well-being of our workers at the forefront, no one can argue that, because people are living in fear right now of getting this. And, we hear about those working in the meat places, meat plants and all of that. And we don't want that happening to our workers. Then we'll really have a pandemic. We'll really have a problem. So anybody have any questions? I know that was a long explanation, but I really wanted to get this across to all of you.
A couple of questions in chat were, should they be sending that right away when they order or when they close the show? I had said that after they close the show, but one of the persons I think that asked is on the direct ship. So you could do it right when they order. I personally, just so that I know I did it, is I'm going to do mine after I submit the show. So that way, that's just one other step that I'm going to put in my checklist that, okay, I submitted the show. Now I'm going to go back in and I'm going to do that email. So that way I know I did it, because I don't know if it shows you that you've done it once already. And I would hate to do it again. That would be bothersome. So I'm not sure. This is all new to me as well. So.
And in that, if you want to, you could just click one of the guests. It really makes it so easy to utilize this. And like I said, on Monday, we're going to talk about all the different ways that you can use this to let your customers know that you do care. But if you don't want to do all of them at one time, then you can individually check. So
how far back do you suggest that we go? Like all May shows?
I would do, yes. If they haven't shipped, I would absolutely do that. I really, we might be doing catch up right now, but we want to stay in good graces and just keep them in the know and be positive.
And where will you be providing those words?
So I'm going to put those actually right into the GEM team. I'm just going to put them right there so they're forefront and people can see it. So Becky had a question. Michelle, what did she ask?
Will there be a meeting on Monday night, which is Memorial Day?
Yes, it is, because we kind of figured that things were going to be kind of secluded from each other. So yes. And then we'll have that last one. And it's a real good one, let me tell you. Okay. Any other questions about that? Everybody good? Was that good?
Well, also the GEM success strategies call, there is one tomorrow at noon.
Yes, there is.
Yes. So that's.
But that's week 3. So if you miss this week, you can jump on that one. So thank you. I don't even think I wrote that on my calendar. So thank you. You're my.
And Thursday night.
That's on here.
Okay.
Okay. So a couple other things, and that is this is an amazing month for recruiting. So who knows what the recruiting special is? Does anybody besides Michelle know what the recruiting
Becky
special?
does.
Becky, what is it?
Is it the free rebate for the starter kit?
Yeah,
All kit
100%.
on any kit.
I mean, that's like, you know, we've had half, but to have 100% is massively huge. So this week, we want to pull out all the stops and really be talking to whoever. And there's a couple things. Kelly and I were on the phone this morning. And so the thing about getting somebody started this week that's so important is they still have a week to do shows. So why is that important? Because they can get paid on the 7th, and they also could earn some of the free products, the fall products. So I want you to pull out every stop and be talking to your hosts, watching for your guests, do your contacts. This is such an important week because this is just something that Pampered Chef does not do. I mean, imagine getting $1,100 in product for free. I mean, just think about that. Or maybe they even are going to use their kit credit because they can't afford to get the first kit to pay for it. They could use $50 on the $99 kit, and they don't get the entire $99 back, but they'll get what they put in cash. So I just want you to know that this is such an important time, and that's where I'm going to put my energy. And we want to help you. So next Wednesday, we are going to have an opportunity event. Rachel's going to be running that. But if you have leads right now, don't wait. Don't wait till Wednesday. Next Wednesday is those who are on the fence, those who need a ton more information, but be sending your screenshots, be working with your director right now to help answer those questions and to sign people up. This is such an important time. Our company is just having amazing growth. And it is because think about all the specials that they have been doing. And then the need that people have right now is massive. Okay, so who has recruited somebody so far this month? Awesome, great. So let's have everybody's hand up, by the end of the month, because this is such a great time for growth. All right.
Who is going to be recruiting somebody this month?
Who?
Everybody who is going to be recruiting somebody this month. Come on, everybody.
I love that.
There we go.
That is so much better. Maybe we should snapshot that. Okay, everybody raise your hand who is going to. Raise your hand.
Come on, Becky.
All right. Yay. Awesome. Okay. Did you black out on purpose, Becky? You're fired. Okay. So what I wanted to tell you is, yes, we have those great calls on Mondays. And one of them is called Success Strategies. And we said, you're learning a lot of new things in there. That is for everybody. That is for a brand new consultant. That is for anybody on our team, unless you want to go into leadership, unless you want to accelerate your income with leadership. So everybody on our team is invited. And if you want to learn how to get organized and do all those things, come into those Monday night classes. You're going to learn a ton. Okay. And I want you to know that you should feel very confident that we have something like this for when they do come in. So don't be afraid of what am I going to do when I recruit somebody? How am I going to take care of them? What's going to happen? That is where we all come in and we work together. And this program is going to help, and then your director is going to help with that. All right, tomorrow is our Get the More You're Looking For at 7:30. So then I wanted to Get the More You're Looking For is if you want anything more at all, come to that call tomorrow. So I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the sandwich. So if you've been on calls, you know what the sandwich is. So who can tell me what the sandwich is? Or burger, whichever way you want to say it. Who knows what that is? We went over it on some of our calls. We went over it.
I know I've seen it. I just can't recall the words on it.
Okay. So I really want to get these ingrained into your head because it is such a wonderful way to respond to people in really a non-threatening way and a confident way where nobody is feeling like, you're jumping on them or trying to convince them of anything. So anybody want to jump in that knows anything about that? I know some of you know about them. No? All right. So when we're talking about the sandwich, it is just a way for you to respond to somebody because we often with our shows, with anything, is that someone will come back when you ask them about booking a show, they're going to have an objection. Okay? So what we want to do is we want to come back and have something to say to them, but in a nice kind of organized way. So I'm just going to go to our success strategies group. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Oh, that's the wrong success strategies group. Okay. So I want you to write down these words because I do believe that they are going to help you tremendously. So do you guys see success strategies or do you not see that? Yep. I might have to bump out. Yes? Okay. So in here are the words for objections. Does everybody see a hamburger right now? Okay. So this is in our success strategies group or the Gem for S group. And here's where I really want you, why don't you throw out some things that people say? Like when they're booking a show or you're asking them about the business, what are some of the things that you hear?
I feel bad asking people to have a show when I know that they've been laid off from work.
Okay. Bad asking when laid off. Okay. What else?
I don't have time, or I don't think I can make the time to fit it into my schedule.
Okay. What else?
I don't know enough people.
Alrighty. So we'll just start with 3. Okay. So what I want you to say and respond is, I'm so glad you shared that with me because you certainly wouldn't be the first. I mean, we've been around for a while, and Michelle and I, Kim, I know we can all say that we've heard over and over and over and over and over the same things that people are saying. So that is very true. So I want you to write that first phrase down or snap a picture of it with your or your phone. I'm so glad you shared that with me because you certainly wouldn't be the first. And then let me ask, if you weren't concerned about knowing enough people, and that's just inserting their specific objection, would getting started with Pampered Chef be fun for you or be a fit for you? You're not solving their problem. All you're doing is stating back to them what their concern was. Or let me ask, if you weren't concerned about knowing enough people and I could show you how to make a list or show you how many people you maybe really know, would getting started with Pampered Chef be fun for you? So it's just using those forms, taking the words back to them. So who wants to try this? Make time to fit in the schedule. And all you have to do is read the burger and insert the words. So who wants to, Pauline, do you want to try this?
Sure. Sis, I'm glad you shared that with me because you certainly wouldn't be the first. Let me ask you, if you weren't so concerned about time constraints, would hosting be fun for you?
Or getting started with the business? Yeah. So really it's that, because sometimes people will put out an objection to you, but when we dig a little bit deeper, we find out what their real concern is. Sometimes it's just total fear. And they might say, well, you know, it's not really the time. It's really maybe that I'm going to fail. Or they might say another. And then you could say, well, if you weren't concerned about that and I could show you a way, would you like to give this a try? And so it's just digging and digging and digging. And we call it peeling the onion. And really what you're doing is just getting to the root of what is holding them back. Okay, so who wants to try about feeling bad asking people that have been laid off from work? So your host or your potential consultant feels bad asking people to join their party when others have been laid off from work. I'm going to have Michelle, because Michelle, was this the one that you did? I know you tried this after the class. You want to share about that?
Let me see. I'm trying to remember what the girl said. And then basically she ended up just saying, okay, let's go for it. What was it? Now I forget, because I have them a lot. And then another one I have, oh gosh. Pauline, do you remember what that was? I said it on the call. I can't remember. It was, I'm sorry, I can't. Okay, so let's say, if I knew what I was trying to remember, what would it be? So, I had asked her if she'd like to have a party, and I did it in a text, and she said, if I don't think many of my friends would want to do the party. I don't think they want to come into Facebook and do the party, basically. And that's not how she said it, but and then I said, well, if that wasn't a concern, do you think you would still have fun doing a party? And she's like, well, yeah, I'd still have fun. I says, well, then I like to always say, I'm always up for a challenge. I'd love to try to help you earn some free products. Let's just go for it. And she's like, okay. So, I mean, I know that's not quite what we were talking about, but it's the same thing. If that wasn't your concern, would you still want to have, would you still have fun? So now let's say that was a consultant, a lead for a consultant. They said, I just don't have any friends that, I don't think I have any friends that would want to help have parties with me. You can just do almost exactly the same thing. If that wasn't a concern, would you still want to try the business? And they'd be like, well, yeah, of course. And say, okay, then I will help you with helping you get a list of people and work with you with those people to help get you those parties. What do you say? Should we go for it? And they'll be like, oh, okay.
It just takes the pressure off. I mean, it really, it's not a big deal. And I, as you are offering the opportunity this month, I want you to know it's not a big deal. It's not like they're signing their life away. And to be able to get all that money back, can you imagine getting the quick cooker for free and all those other products? That's so amazing. It's truly amazing. So write these down, utilize them. So, some people do think about that because maybe they're in a situation, or a few of their people right around them are in a situation where they're laid off from work. The reality is not all of their friends are. And across the country is where they can reach out for their shows to invite people. And some people are even making more money than they've ever made before. They're getting extra. So you're not going to say all that, but I want you to know as you're responding that they're just thinking here, and you guys are thinking big and globally about all the guests that they might invite. So does that help you, Becky, at all? Because that's come up so many times, but it also is not real.
That's true. My last week and this week for me are perfect examples that people realize that they have terrible kitchen tools and they're spending money.
Yeah, they are spending money. So when I go ahead and I send you this, there's also an overcoming objections with things to say. So if you are not in the Success Strategies group or the Gem for S, definitely go in and look at these, or ask your director for to be able to send it to you, because this is gold right here. And if you just copy and paste, you're going to overcome, because in our minds, we're just like, okay, oh, you're right. Okay. And think about all the lives that have been changed right now because of what's going on. Okay. So any questions about that? Does anybody feel more confident responding? Just how simple it is. It's not a lot of words. It's just simplicity.
And if you get somebody that says that and you're like, hey, I think that's a sandwich thing. I can use that sandwich thing, but I don't quite know what to say. Take a picture of that on your phone or do something so that, and copy it to your director. Because I know Pauline, she shared something with me with one of her coming up, our hosts going on right now. Now her host is actually, she's going to sign up and she's using Kit Credit, and we had to do something like that, and not had to, but had her by her sending me a screenshot, I was able to help her think of some words. And actually, I even talked to Claire about it. We all talk. We can help each and every one of you if you are stuck with what somebody said. Don't be afraid to just take a snapshot of us and send it to us and say, what do I say? And we might come back to you and say, well, what we might need a little bit of more background. Like, do you know the person? Are you related? You know what I mean? Things like that. But we're definitely here to help you out. So, yeah.
We want to help you.
Mhm.
We want you to succeed. Okay, so let me see if I can bring the next thing I wanted to share is I wanted to let you know how many people have already earned free products this month. So I just wanted to share that earning all of the free products has been Jamie, Kaylor, and Michelle, and Rachel, Michelle Durst, and we also have Jessie Butterbow and Donna Pinner. So we have quite a few, and it's only the 20th of the month. And then we have quite a few at the $3,000 level, and that's Kim Douglas and Jessica, Angie, Pauline, Sheila, Carrie, awesome, and Linda, Martell, Kim Tompkins, Roger, Stephanie, Tiffany, and then, so that's all that have earned level 3 already. So if you have earned level 2 or level 1, why don't you go ahead and raise your hand so we can see, and there's still 10 days, 11 days to earn another level. So if you've earned level 1 at $750 or level 2, go ahead and raise your hand. So that's awesome. And there's just so many. 310 away, Sierra said. So that's excellent.
I actually earned level 3. I just have to submit the party. So
You're just right there. You're just right there. Yay.
so I did it. I just have to submit the party. So I'm excited about that.
Isn't it a great feeling? And guess what? Next month, we can do it again. Next month, we can earn more products. And there's a lot of products to be had. So I'm pretty excited that so many of you have earned them. And who knows what the other way to earn products? How can you earn products in another way?
I've earned a bunch of products for being a new consultant.
That's great. That's awesome.
I don't know if there's another way other than that.
There is.
Ooh, tell me more.
So Kim, do you want to share with the other way for people to earn all the new products or most of them?
I'm sorry, so you want me to share how you can earn the new, or earn more products?
Yes.
Did you
What's
say?
the other way besides with your sales? What's the other way that you and Michelle and myself are getting the new products?
As the director.
Yes, as a director. So you'll get the products as a director. As long as you've maintained your business at like a $1,250 level, they are going to send those to you. That's amazing. So a lot of us get two sets. Two sets of products, and you're wondering, why did they have so many products in their house? That is why, because we earn a set as a director, and then we also earn a set by our sales. So that is another great reason to become a director. And you'll learn more about that tomorrow night at 7:30 Central. All right. Any questions about the Sellathon? And I should tell you, so whatever sales are submitted by the end of this month at midnight, they count towards May. And whatever sales are submitted June 1st through June 30th, those count for June. It's not the date of the show, it's when they're submitted. So keep that in mind, okay? All right, and the last thing that I really wanted to share, chat on, oh, so if you are contacting Pampered Chef, and I just did this with somebody today, so I just wanted to make sure you all knew that, do you know that there's a couple ways to contact the home office? So I just wanted to let you know, if you have issues with anything, you can go, and if it's a product is broken, something has happened with a product, you can go to contacts and then find their name, and then you can actually go to their order history, and you can do I need a word. Process a return or exchange.
Adjustment.
Thank you. You can do that right through there. Some things you can have a picture. So, you know, but have that picture ready so you can do that right away. And they are prioritizing some of the returns, you know, not having them wait till all the shows and all of that. So that is one way. The second way is you can call the 888-HOUR chef. Don't do 800. That's a naughty site. Do 888. And but you're going to have long waiting times. But if, you know, Mondays are terrible, I'll just tell you. But if you go ahead and call, just put your phone to the side and, you know, wait, or they might do a call back. But the other way is the chat. So who knows where the chat is? Has anybody used the chat? I had two things I had to do on Monday, and I was number like 116 in there. But you can watch the numbers drop, and I just left it up on my computer, and then I came back and I had all my information ready. So when you go into our website, Pampered Chef website, you go right in. Your name is up on the right side, right corner, and there is a little circle there that has a question mark. And when you click on that, you can go down just a little bit and hit chat. And you can just, right in the chat area, go ahead and say what show number it was, your consultant number or the order number. Any information you can give them in that chat right away, they get started working on that right away when they get to your number. And then if you have any other ones, while they're working on that, go ahead and enter information for the other exchange or anything that you need. And that just keeps things rolling along. But you having all of your information is so helpful to them. So if it's your consultant number, if it's the order number, if it's the product number, anything that you have. So anything that doesn't really require a voice, I do on there and have great success. So I want you to know that that's an option for you, and use it. It will be super helpful to you. Okay. Those are the things I really wanted to share with you tonight. I want to applaud you all. Let's give Michelle a big hand for her incredible sales and breaking all records in our organization. That is so incredible. So Michelle, in like 5 minutes, share with them any tips that you might have about booking shows, recruiting, just anything that you do, because you're doing amazing things right
Well, the biggest thing is be consistent. Don't try to spend 1 week on just booking all your shows and then don't book anymore. You want to be consistent. You want to be booking shows every day. And by doing that is by following up with those people that are in your shows. If you're having shows consistently, then you'll be around enough people to be able to ask enough people. And I use a tracking system. Doesn't matter what kind of tracking system you use. It's just use something. It can be a spiral notebook, just something that you can write names down and jot little notes next to their name, especially if you're doing shows. You can just put the host's name on the top of a page, and when you're doing a show, if somebody happens to say, oh, I really like that product, but I just can't afford it, well, that's a red flag. That's like, oh, maybe I should friend request that person and say, hey, I saw you talking about blah, blah, blah. Did you know that you could get it, and then just do the spiel. And that's how I get booked shows, is I follow up with those people, and the tracking, following up, and being consistent, just doing my business, not like waiting and like, what did we call that? It was being in
Creative
mode.
avoidance.
Yes, procrastination, but it's a panic mode, because I would look at my calendar at time in the past. I'd look at my calendar and go, oh my gosh, I have absolutely no shows for June. Well, right now I have 20 shows already booked in June, because every day I do a little bit of work on my business. Now I know that scares some people, because they're like, I don't work full time like you do. Well, you know what? We used to work full time too. This has only been 3 years since I've been doing this Pampered Chef full time. So there is creative ways that you can work your business. I know Pauline, she works full time, and she's got over 4,000 in sales this month. She's recruiting another person. So, full-time people can do this too. It's just, it's right up here. You have to decide what you want to do. And then I know I've shown Pauline how to use a tracking system. And what do you think? You probably use it differently than I do, and that's okay. You need something, and you don't need mine. You just need to write stuff down. If you want ours, we've shared it many, many times, and we'll share it again. So tracking, being consistent, and just being, what's the word I'm looking for? You're being intentional all the time.
And that's all it is. That's the big secret right there, is how to be successful.
Mhm.
So, do you want to share what your check was last month?
It was just a hair shy of 8,000. I still can't believe it. Oh my God.
Isn't that exciting?
I'm getting new floors. I got some new decor for my house. What else did I get? Oh, got my husband a tonneau cover. Got my daughter so much stuff for the baby. My mom hasn't had to pay for a thing since she's been here, unless she kicks me out of the way and then she pays for it. She's like, you've been paying for everything. I said, let me pay, because I can. So she's like,
Isn't that an
"Okay."
amazing feeling?
Oh, yes. It's
Mhm.
something I've always dreamed of, and it's happening.
And you have control with that. So
Mhm.
that is so incredible. So, all right. That's all I have, folks. I feel like cartoon. Mini. That's it, folks. Anybody else have questions? Anything they want to ask? I will hang on here, because I want you to go away being excited, empowered, knowing that it's all in your hands. It's all in it's all in your fingers. So you all have the ability to do this.
I do have a quick question.
Yeah.
If has anyone had any experience with, well, I don't know if experience is the word, but what I did today is, because I am trying to be more active with getting more parties, I went through my party that I did back in April, and I went through and messaged through Facebook, because I don't have emails. I basically messaged everyone that joined the party that didn't order. And then I sent them a message, and then I added like the one pot budget, recipe thing at the end, just to kind of give them something. Charlie? I'm just curious. I apologize. My son is being a little loud there. I'm just wondering how many people are actually seeing those messages because we're not Facebook friends. So I just was wondering if anybody had any experience with that.
I think Michelle would be a great person to answer that. Or Kim, either one of you, because I know you're both amazing.
I'll say what I would suggest, and Kim probably has another idea. So what I would suggest is if you want to go back through some previous parties, put a post that has them message you.
Okay.
Say, hey guys, this is Kelly. I was the consultant in so-so's party. I have some wonderful recipes I'd like to share with you. It's something that just came out on my blog. Makes you sound so techie. And hey, message me if you'd like to get some one pot
Meals.
Whatever, just make it up, whatever, just something meals.
Yeah.
Private message me, because then they private message you. So
Okay.
once it goes from them to you, then they get, it's all like in Messenger.
Right.
If you message them, it goes into this message la la land that nobody sees it. Some people do, when they're very vigilant on Facebook, they'll see it. But those that don't will never see that. So you're right. Do they see it? Some do, most don't. But if you get a question, ask them a question for them to message you or comment. Try not to say comment below, because that's a trigger word from Facebook that doesn't put your post in their notifications. So there's trigger words that are bad. They're bad words like comment, $, order, free, tickets,
So
prize.
if you would like, is that how you would word that, Michelle? If you would like some
I would say I say, hey, what I said earlier, I have some really cool recipes in my blog. Please send, I would literally say, send me a private message. I would say that, because you have to be specific, because they're not, because a lot of them will do is they'll just comment below. And when they comment below, I will friend request them.
Okay.
I would put in the comment, I would say, hey, I'm going to friend request you.
Okay.
Kim, what would you do?
Yep, you're good. Nope. Yep.
I would probably do the same thing. I do the same thing as Michelle does, but one other thing that I do, and it's part of the in the host coaching document, is you put out there. Sorry about my dogs there. You put out there. It is in the host coaching that I offer, if anybody sends me a friend request before I send them a friend request, I will give you points towards the grand party prize.
Okay.
So that's another way to get them to reach out to you, is just to put that post into your parties.
Okay. That's a good idea too.
So I'll show you guys something. I'm going to show you on Monday, but it is really cool. And I just learned this. So let's see if I can get to it easily. Is not what I want. So I just got to get to my Facebook. So eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Which one am I going to pick here? Okay, so I'm going to go to Facebook. Can you see what I'm doing? Can you see Facebook?
Mm-hmm.
Good? Okay. So you are going to your business page, which happens to be right underneath this thing. Let me see if I can click on it. I don't know if I can move this. Okay. So I'm going to go to my business page. And then you can go up to settings. Getting nervous telling you guys how to do this. And then to messages. Okay. Now, going to messaging. Okay, I'm going to messaging. And then I'm going to go down. And right here it says your message URL. So what that is you could do exactly what Michelle said, and you could put that little m.me slash, and then it's the name of your business page. You could put that into some text, and what that would do is when they message you, you would get the message. So it would go into your private messages. So it's just another way. Either they can message you and you have that going, or they can use this and you can have it. So they just copy that, and then they can just click on that and message you for that recipe or whatever. Okay, so it's settings, and then messaging on this side, and then it is going down and getting the URL. So there's something that you can do. And then your messages are here. But if you're on a computer, okay, so here's where it gets tricky is if you send something to somebody, or somebody sends you a message and you're not seeing it, it's not necessarily under your messages here. It might be under message requests. So, you know, it's a little tricky. I don't know where it is on the phone, but this seems to be like a really simple way for responding to people. So there's a little tidbit that I just learned. There's so many things. There's so many shortcuts.
Have you guys gotten, sorry, one more quick question. So with that being said, like today I just got a message from someone that I'm not Facebook friends with, and it alerted me. It said something like, so-and-so wants to connect with you. Do you think everybody's getting that? If I'm sending a message and they're not my Facebook friends, or are they getting that, you know, Kelly Fector wants to connect with you?
It could be because you're not friends, and that might be the one. And when I get some of those, I can never find them again, but now I know where they are.
Okay, I was just curious.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, all right. Anybody else? Jessica is over 5,000 this month. Diane is like $3 short, I think, of 2,500. I'm just doing this off the top of my head. Kim, what are your sales right now?
Mine are, when I close mine out, mine will be over 9,000.
9,000. Is that your top?
Yeah, that's my top. My team sales will be over probably 20.
That is crazy. And Jessica said she'll be at 6,000 with this closing of her show. Michelle, where are you right now?
I'm over 15,000. And my team is going to, I think my team is going to crush last month's record because we're already at 31,000. So
wow,
as an organization. So that's
crazy.
It's awesome because when I said 15, my organization is 31.
Yeah,
that's
they're all participants.
Everybody. It is a team thing. It's nothing.
That's what mine's doing too. It's a team effort this month. It's great. It's awesome.
I love it. The team, when teamwork makes the dream work.
Yep.
And Kelly is on Jamie's team, and they're so close to a director team. So we're just looking for number 5. So that's so exciting. So we're working on that all together. But they have over 12,000 in sales for their team already. So almost there. It's just so exciting. And Kelly this morning said she, is excited because she wants to have $1,000 check. And with everything that you have coming in, you're going to be there. I just find that so exciting. I've just never seen so many big checks, and I think people have confidence that they can do great things. Jessica, I can't see you, but you are just really going at it every single month. Sheila's team is just always works together every single month too. It's so exciting. So you all are part of something so big right now. And when Jamie's team becomes a director team, we will be back to exec. And exec month 1, we have to do it 2 months in a row, but I'm so excited that we will be back at that level for our organization. So I can find out stuff ahead of time so I can share it with you guys, because this is hard. Like right now, all these announcements, things going on, and I have little secret people sometimes that whisper something in my ear very secretly. But they never spill all the beans, and it's so helpful for leading a team to know some of the inside things. So
Plus, I'm going to get $500 more and a Tiffany bracelet.
Say that again.
I said, plus I'm going to get $500 more.
So share.
I'm so excited. That was my motivation this month, is for excellence in sales. I was so close to, I had to do this by May, and I was so close to earn the excellence in sales, which was 55,000, and I was like 6,000 something, like 6,300 away. And like I said, my sales are almost at 9. So once I submit it, I'll have earned the $500, PC dollars, and the bracelet.
That's so exciting. And was it last year that you walked down with me because you're going to sit with me at conference, and I just grabbed you and walked you down with the year before this last?
Yeah, it was the first year.
Down. So
yeah,
that's so exciting. So we have Kim, we have Michelle and Linda, Angie, and Jesse all have excellence in sales right now. So that is super exciting.
Yes,
I'm
it
just
is.
so proud of everybody. So that's having $55,000 in sales throughout the year. So that restarts June 1st. So all of you can be part of that too. All right, let's do it. Let's have a strong ending. Let's recruit, bring in. I'm so glad Kelly, reached out to me today with words and some snapshots, and I want you all to do that because we want to help you and be successful, and we can't help if we don't know. So, all right, thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow night. We'll see you Monday night, and let's make this awesome. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Claire.
Bye.